to another episode of Heat Seeker Outdoors. Thanks for following us. Thanks for watching. It's going to be kind of a hectic season 3 for us. We kind of on a whim just bought a house, and we sold this house, and we've got a little bit of property, and it's going to just be a wild, wacky next few months for us. So, you know, bear with us, and we'll kind of keep you informed on that and how we're going to maybe set that property up to hunt on and all that. So really excited about that. But this week we're going to go along with me. It's going to be a tough episode for me, and with all that said, let's get started. Well, season started off pretty well for me, and then things just kind of got wacky. Had a lot of personal things going on in 2020, and I didn't really realize how much it was affecting me until we kind of got going on the season here, and it affected me quite a bit. So today's story, I'm hoping that I can help somebody that's either had this experience that I've had this year or that will someday. So like I said, it's going to be a hard episode for me, but hopefully it helps somebody out along the way, and you know, it's something that I can learn from, and maybe you can learn from it too. So it's fall season, and I'm actually not even really hunting. I know better than to go to a location, even if I'm just working on that location or whatever. I know better than to go and not take my equipment, because there's a mistake I've learned from before. And so I'm working on one of our new redneck big country blinds. I'm actually hanging out of the windows, installing the rain awnings for all the shooting house windows, and you know, I'm just working. I'm not even really hunting. So I look up, and about, I don't know, maybe 100-150 yards, there's a whole bunch of turkeys coming my way, and every one of them's got a beard. So I quickly switched modes from working on this blind to how am I going to try to kill one of these turkeys. So got my bow ready. I don't have any calls or anything with me, but they're working my way. They never really would get closer than 50 yards, but I just had that feeling like, you know, hang out, see what happens. So I draw back, I pick one of the turkey, one of the toms out. He just happened to be the one that was kind of off by himself, just a little bit. Picked him out, drew back, let it fly, and I just missed him just to the left of him. I rushed the shot. I mean, it's no, you know, there's no question. I just rushed the shot a little bit, and probably torqued, you know, pulled it out to the left, but hey, strike one. So now we're fast forward to the spring, youth season. Get Sissy out there. She killed her bird, and you know, I was just on cloud 9 from that. And get Josh out there, opening day. Josh gets a bird, and Josh and I hung out in the blind after he shot his bird and worked birds over and over. We just couldn't seal the deal, but we had birds all around us. So the weather changed up on us. It was just like somebody pulled a switch. Got really wet, really cold, really quick. And I started going into that desperation mode. It happens every year. It doesn't happen right away. Start going into that desperation mode, lose a little bit of patience. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and try to put the stalk on this bird. Well, that didn't work. So now I head home and I'm working some of these home birds now. I decided to go out and give it a shot, and I worked this bird for over 2 hours, and finally it's like anything else, try something different. So I just shut up and thought I'd see what happened. So he circled around me, and I had some decoys out. Thought he would work into the decoys, but he had a hen with him, and another lesson, another teaching session, and here I go again, lesson in patience, and I failed. So strike two. Well, we're making our way up Turkey Mountain. Got a long climb ahead of us. It's going to be about 81 degrees today too, so try not to get too hot on the way up, but we'll see what happens. Back in the blind. I was at 10.5 hours yesterday and just didn't see very many birds, so I've heard some gobbling this morning. We've got one that's gobbling pretty close. I don't know, he seems to be kind of in a holding pattern over there, but we're gonna give it a go. We got rain moving in sometime about noon, so we're going to see what happens. So this bird worked in, and I just couldn't get him to commit to get close enough to take a shot that I felt comfortable with, but I had a now or never moment and took the shot. I can't believe that this has happened again. strike 3, and I'm not out. Somehow, I'm still not out. Well, maybe it's just not meant for me this year. I don't know. This is the most I've ever struggled in a turkey season. I don't know. I don't even know what to say, really. Walked over the hill, just making sure he didn't fly down and, whatever, and seen the red head bebopping off into the sun. So, he came out where I've seen him come out 1,000,000 times. It's turkey hunting. We're going to press on. Got about a week left. So now we're back home. Still trying to work the birds around the house. We just don't have as many birds, but there's still birds there. I decided to set up in a holler where the bird had come in on me a few weeks before but wouldn't commit up to the field I was in. So set up in the holler, and it's just not happening. I called, and finally about noon I decide I'm just going to head up, sit in the blind, and just kind of see what happens for a little bit. So I get set up, and no sooner than I get in the blind, don't even have any of my camera gear set up, this tom just starts running across this field. Not running, walking fast, we'll say that. I just had a split second to throw the GoPro on the barrel, and this happened. Got to be kidding me. Another shot, and at this point I've got headworms. There's no doubt about it. It's happening all over again. So I tell you about all these misses. Sometimes you just it's hard to it's hard not to let something creep into your mind. I wish my uncle has the all-time greatest attribute that he just can let things roll right off his back and go on, and I wish I could be more like that, but unfortunately I got my dad in me, and that I will dwell on bad things sometimes, and it's a trait that I'm not really proud of, but at the same time I'm trying to overcome it. So got all the misses hopefully out of the way, and we're gonna try again. Good morning, everybody. We're sitting in the blind this morning. It's raining pretty hard. But we're in the kind of the last few days here of season. Got one final push to give them. And, been sitting in the blind doing a lot of praying. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and if not, I've had a great year anyway, so we'll see what happens today, and hopefully I'll have something to show you. This is the same thing he's done to us a couple other times. We're just gonna have to go get him. I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna cut this field, I'm gonna get out in front of him, get on the ridge that he's on. He's not coming to the calls, he's staying on that ridge. So I'm gonna move to him, get in front of him, see what happens. Wish me luck. You've got to be kidding me. Well, we got it done. I have worked my tail off this year to kill that bird. He's eluded us a couple times here. I missed one on Sunday. It's been the toughest turkey season of my life. You know, I've had some personal things going on, and I prayed about it this morning. And, you know, sitting here reading my book, you know, and talks about it, just give God time to work for you, you know, and I want now, and that line really resonated with me this morning. And I thought, I just kept praying, you know, if it's right, it's right. You know, whatever your plan for me, that's your plan for me. And that bird fired up right behind us, maybe a couple 100 yards, probably not that much. He locked down on that ridge like he did last week, and on a buddy of mine, Steve, a couple days before that. So I thought, not today, and I took off across this field and got out ahead of him, and literally we had just a battle of wills like less than 20 yards from each other for 20 minutes, and I got over the crest of a ridge, you know, where he was getting ready to pop down that, and I shot him at 4 steps from the end of my barrel in full strut. There was just a small twig right in front of me. I'll never forget this bird. Thanks for watching. Well, what a cool hunt. You know, my kids still like to make fun of me all the time about me telling the story about how I saw the stump. Thought when the turkey got to the stump that I would shoot it, and it turns out the turkey was the stump. Sissy really likes to have a good time with that one, but you know, it's not really this isn't really a glorifying episode for me. Kind of makes me look like like I don't know what I'm doing, and most of the time that's true, but I kind of want to just tell this story so that people, you know, it happens to all of us. You know, maybe not as many times it happened to me in a row, but I just got a case of the headworms, and you know, it's not an easy thing to shake, really. So in the end, it worked out, and This year worked out really well for us too. We've been successful for the 2021 season, but just always try to remember that no matter how many mistakes you make, no matter how many times you think it's just not going to work, all it takes is just this, just that next moment to happen, and everything kind of goes away. But really appreciate you watching this week, and bear with us as we take on this new adventure for my family. We'll be releasing more and more videos here in the next few weeks, but really looking forward to showing you some of that property and what we're going to try to do to set it up for hunting and moving forward. So thanks for watching Heat Seeker Outdoors.